Under the big top, Jinx the clown.
The circus was a kaleidoscope of colors, a whirlwind of sights and sounds. Animals paraded, acrobats soared, and the scent of popcorn hung heavy in the air. But the main attraction, the one everybody waited for, was Jinx the clown. With his shock of green hair, oversized shoes, and a painted smile that could light up the darkest night, Jinx was the heart of the show. Jinx would tumble, juggle, and spin tales that left children in stitches. His laughter was infectious, his energy boundless. He was a master of his craft, drawing the audience into his world of make-believe, making them forget their worries for a few precious hours.
Laughter in the air.
Children, wide-eyed with wonder, watched his every move. Their parents, caught up in the infectious joy, found themselves smiling again. Jinx had that effect on people. He could chase away the blues, replace them with pure, unadulterated delight. His act was perfectly choreographed, a symphony of slapstick and silliness. He'd trip over his own feet, only to land in a perfectly executed handstand. He'd pull endless handkerchiefs from his pocket, each one a different vibrant color. And his jokes, delivered with impeccable comedic timing, left the audience roaring with laughter.
Behind the painted smile.
But as the spotlight faded and the applause died down, a different Jinx emerged. Gone was the boundless energy, the infectious laughter. Backstage, away from the adoring eyes, Jinx was a shadow of his onstage persona. The colors of his costume seemed duller, the painted smile a cruel joke. He moved slowly, his shoulders slumped, his eyes downcast. He spoke little, preferring the company of his thoughts, which swirled like a storm within him. The weight of an invisible burden pressed down on him, squeezing the joy from his soul. One evening, after a particularly moving performance, a young boy lingered by the stage door. He was small for his age, with bright, inquisitive eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of 1,000 lifetimes. He had watched Jinx's performance with rapt attention, his face a mixture of awe and unadulterated joy.
Mr. Jinx, the boy asked tentatively, his voice barely a whisper. Why are you sad?
Jinx, startled by the boy's sudden appearance and unexpected question, stumbled over his words.
Sad? He mumbled, forcing a chuckle. Clowns can't be sad, little one. We bring joy, remember?
But the boy wasn't convinced. He tilted his head, his brow furrowed in thought.
But your eyes, he insisted, his gaze unwavering. They look like my grandpa's when he talks about grandma.
Jinx froze, the boy's innocent words piercing through the carefully constructed walls around his heart. The boy, with the unfiltered honesty of youth, had stumbled upon a truth Jinx had been desperately trying to conceal. The boy's words unlocked a floodgate of memories. Jinx saw himself not as the clown he had become, but as the young man he once was, full of dreams and aspirations. He had always been drawn to the stage, not as a clown, but as a dancer. He had trained tirelessly, pushing his body to its limits, his heart soaring with every pirouette, every graceful leap. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. An injury, a cruel twist of fate, had shattered his dreams, leaving him lost and broken. The next day, Jinx took to the stage with a newfound clarity. He still tumbled, juggled, and told his jokes. But there was a difference. His movements were less exaggerated, his laughter less forced. There was a vulnerability in his eyes, a depth of emotion that had been absent before. The audience, sensing the change, responded in kind. Their laughter was softer, more heartfelt, laced with an understanding that resonated deep within Jinx's soul. In that moment, he realized that true joy didn't lie in masking his pain, but in embracing it, in letting the world see him for who he truly was. A man who had known both immense joy and profound sorrow. A man who had found the courage to keep going, to keep sharing his gift, even when it hurt.